You're listening to the Media Man Dan Podcast, your place for music, movies, news, reviews, and interviews. Welcome to the show. Get ready to rock. Let's rock!
Bring back the heaviness, man. Ho ho ho! Yes! What's up, guys, and welcome to the Media Man Dan Podcast. Today I have an awesome band with me, A Moment of Violence. I'm going to be talking to 4 of the 5 members. We got Alex, Womp, Dez, and Brent with us. All right, guys, how are you guys doing today?
Cool.
Excellent, man.
Wonderful.
Excellent. And they are in a gorgeously hot area of the United States. Very nice and not 40 degrees outside. Snow does not hit their car in the morning. It's just beautiful down there at this time of the year. What made you guys go down to Florida anyway?
The weather.
Yeah,
The weather.
Probably the weather, but I mean, every one of us, or I think we're all from out of the area, right? Womp, you originally from? Yeah, you're from Pennsylvania originally, right?
Yep. Northeast Pennsylvania.
Yeah, so we're all from north, and we, got sick of the snow and decided to come down south. You know what I mean? So
I don't blame you at all. I just can't handle the humidity as much. That's where it hits me. The rain, I'm like, okay, this is over the top, but at least it's reasonable on some days. But the heat, ooh.
So I'll say this to you, right?
Yep.
You come down here for 6 months, your blood thins out, and then 70 degrees feels freezing to you.
Yeah.
It happens to everybody.
That makes sense.
It gets below 70 down here, and people put on winter coats, and it looks crazy.
It's in my house right now. I'm shivering over here.
You're shivering. My house is like usually set at like a 64 to 68 degrees. That's my dad's way of doing it.
Where are you at?
I am in Chicago.
Oh,
Yes. Very different.
yes.
Ooh.
That's a perfect reaction. All right. We already covered who you are. Let's see. How long have you guys been a band?
So, we're relatively new, to be honest with you. Me and the drummer, who's tardy or absent from the meeting today, is we've been jamming maybe 2 years now, I'm gonna say. And then it's kind of crazy because we played on the same softball team together for like
What?
6 months, and we had no clue that each other was musicians. And then we finally one day, found out that we were both into metal music. So he's like, "Yeah, we should start jamming." I said, "Yeah, it's a good idea." So we trekked all the way down to West Palm Beach, which is about an hour from here, to go buy a drum set. I already had my guitar shit set up, and that's it, man. We started jamming, and then we were looking for a guitar player for the longest time. And then maybe Brent, how long you been with us now? For like a year and a half, a year and
November 20, bruh.
Yeah. Okay. So he's been with us for two plus years. Maybe Scotty and I have been jamming for a little bit longer than that. But anyway, so we were definitely looking for a guitar player for at least, I'd say, 6 months. And it turns out my neighbor right across the street from me, Brent, plays guitar. And his wife told me about it one day, and we ended up jamming with him. Womp is he's the newest member of the band with us. We went through like 4 different bass players. We also went through like 4 different vocalists as well. And we found Alex. How many months, Alex? Like 5 months, 6 months now?
Yeah, like 5-6 months now.
All right. And Womp's been with us for like 2 months now. So
Yeah.
Amazing. That's
I found I found these guys at a jam night one night in Pompano, Florida. And these guys come up and they're an original band. And I've seen them once or twice. And then they showed up one night without their bass player. And I said, well, do you need a bass player to play with you tonight? He says, yeah, sure. I said, what do you guys tune to? He's like, we tune down the C, which is like kind of low, but I play on a 5-string bass. So I decided, you know what? Do you need a bass player tonight? I'll play with you guys. I have no idea any of your songs, but you guys play in C. I'll just play in C. And that's how I got the job, actually.
That is awesome.
Yeah,
Just in the nick of
a couple
time.
months went by. Yeah, for sure. You know, I kept in touch with him for a while, and
Right,
then
right.
ultimately, our previous bass player decided to take a walk. So I called up Womp. I'm like, "Hey, man, you still interested in the job?" He's like, "Hell yeah."
Yeah,
Actually, he said,
absolutely.
let me think about it for about half a second. Yes,
Yeah.
and then he said,
Yeah,
so,
that's what I said.
That is excellent. You guys said that you met originally by softball, and you guys didn't know you were musicians. So I was expecting you to be like stomp, stomp, clap, singing "We Will Rock You" all together, and be like, "Whoa, that guy can sing too! What? That's nuts!"
Yeah, it's kind of a weird story actually. We were just, you know, after the games and shit, we would hang out and have a couple beers and shit. And somebody put on some pop music. I forget what the hell it was, but maybe like a Taylor Swift song or something like that. And I was like, "What the hell kind of music is this?" You know. And my other buddy Brian goes, he's like, "What do you want to hear? That headbanging shit, the rah 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 crap?" And I said, "Yeah, man, I fucking love that stuff." And then Scotty goes, "Yeah, me too." And sure enough, I'm like, "Yeah, man, I'm a guitar player." He's like, "No shit, I'm a drummer." And we knew each other for like 6 months already and had no clue. Unbelievable. So
Yeah,
Yeah.
hobbies outside of softball, I guess not too exciting to talk about for 6 months, but glad it all worked out.
yeah, man, for sure.
What do you guys do now as a band when you have some free time?
I mean, everybody's got their own lives. Yeah, yeah. Like Womp said, sleep. No, I mean, free time is tough to come by these days. I would say. I think I speak for everybody when I say that. To be honest with you, if we're not practicing, you know, for me personally, I'm either working or I'm working on music or, you know, recording with Alex or, you know, something music related for sure. You know, it's kind of almost another full-time job, to be honest with you.
Nice.
So
Yeah, and I play in 2 other cover bands down here, but that's about it.
Oh, do you enjoy
So-
playing covers?
I enjoy getting paid a lot of money for it.
yeah,
I
dope.
enjoy that.
Alex gives you the thumbs down.
Yeah, I
Thumbs
know,
down from
I
Des.
know.
We have like a X Factor thing going on here. Not a big fan of cover bands. I don't blame you at all. I was a huge fan of cover bands of 2020 till like 2021. And then something broke in my mind where I was like, wait a second. Original music's better all the time. What am I doing? I'm falling into a black hole of just disappointments. Because you'll
Yeah,
never
for
get close to an original if you got a cover, especially if it's somebody that can't do the vocals. This was a female vocalist, so I was expecting her to do some incredible Guns N' Roses, and she did not do so incredibly. But the fan base was all about it.
for sure.
Speaking of fans, I want to know, how has your fan base been since you guys are super, super new? Have you been growing it? Have you been planting a seed just to have them follow you from now on?
Well, Alex, why don't you brush up on this one?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like we've been going pretty well. You know, we've been finally hitting some shows now the last couple of months. So we've been traveling around down here, getting the following with that, and then just trying to, you know, push the social medias, you know, post all the different platforms and stuff like that, and just, you know, try and get our name out there. And I feel like you know, you always, when you first start, it's always really slow, but with the last couple of weeks is really, I feel like, is kind of starting to pick up some steam. I feel pretty good about things right now.
Yeah, I'll kind of second that. And then you know, like he said, you know, social media in the very beginning is just like, it feels like you're just spinning your wheels over and over and over again. Maybe you get 1 or 2 likes on some stuff, you know, and it's kind of it's kind of a
It's tough.
nuisance that becomes fun after a little bit, because now it's starting to get a little fun because we put some shit out there and now we got a whole bunch of people engaged in it and everything like that. So I definitely would second that and say it's getting really good now for sure, 100%.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, and the thing is, I mean, what I do during the day is I own my own web design company, and most of my clients are rock stars. So I know a lot of names in the business and stuff, and I've been pushing this stuff out to people in the business. And I've been, asking them, look, if you really like this, let's get some management, let's get, some bigger shows to put with us and stuff like that. And David Ellison, formerly of Megadeth, happens to be a good friend of mine. And he's really looking towards getting us management, us bigger shows, us bigger festivals. He's talking about us going out to Europe later this year and playing festivals with a band called Manowar.
Oh, what?
So,
that is
yeah,
amazing.
The new drummer of the band is also a good friend of mine too. And he really put his stamp of approval on it. But the wheels are still in motion, but it looks like we might be going to Europe later this year to do a couple of festivals with Manowar.
Dude, that's going to be awesome. Europeans love American metal. I'll tell you that.
Yes.
They're tired of their own people. So they're like, yes, Americans are coming. Let's get some good music finally.
It's just crazy because over here in the US, for the longest time, and I feel it's kind of flip-flopping back the other way a little bit, but for the most part, like it seemed like hip hop and R&B dominated the United States forever.
Yep.
Where over in the UK, man, it's always been the metal and all the crazy heavy shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So,
and then
they
the
love it over
Scandinavians
there, man.
took it. And then they ran with it and made it like the greatest thing ever. And so like nobody even attempts to do as good as they do, except for Japan right now. They're like blowing up.
Yeah.
What do you guys think of the big metal craze that we have on like TikTok and other apps right now? Are you happy that we're finally advancing the younger people to listen to the right music?
Hell yeah.
Yeah, for
absolutely.
sure.
Absolutely.
Alex is a big TikTok guy, but I see it on Insta and I see it, believe it or not, even though Facebook seems to be like the older people's generation. But I don't know, man. I feel it's making a big comeback for sure, 100%.
Definitely. And it's screamy too, which is nice because some people are afraid of screams. But holy shit, Lorna Shore blew up pretty fast.
Oh yeah.
All right. Let's see. How long have you guys been playing your instruments or vocally like blasting your incredible screams and singing?
Longer than I could remember. I'm Des. What did you call me when I came into the band? I'm the new what?
The Bandad.
The new Mick Mars from
I'm the oldest guy in the band.
Because he was the old guy of the bunch. Before
Womp,
I held the title of the old man. So yeah.
He took
I happily tossed that one over to him. You know what I mean?
I was thinking more. I don't know if this makes me like super weird, but Gilmore Girls, they had Gil, who was originally the guy from. Oh damn! What is this band? Hold on.
Skid Row.
Skid Row. Yes, thank you. You know what I'm talking about. Yeah. I know it's very badass to like Gilmore Girls.
To give it a little individual background, it's like I've been playing guitar since I'm a young kid. I'm 44 now, so I've been playing since I'm like 5 years old. Brent, how long have you been playing for now?
I got since I was 9.
Okay.
I still don't know what I'm doing.
Mom's been playing the bass probably longer than all of the rest of us have been alive. Yeah. And then Alex is pretty surprising. Alex, how long have you been singing for, man?
I'm brand new. I actually have only been singing
6 months
outside of the shower for maybe about a year now.
Yeah. Hell of a voice, bro.
Thanks.
Did you keep that hidden from family for a long time and it was only in the shower?
Yeah, so I never did any kind of singing in public until I released something like on Spotify a couple years ago, like a solo thing. Yeah, I don't know. I was always was real self-conscious about it, and one day I just said, "Screw it! Like, why not?"
Dude, great choice. And I was gonna say the most recent single that you have this incredible like auto tune style that reminded me of Lost from Avenged Sevenfold. I said that to your DM, but I'm telling you, man, it sounds so smooth. I love when it's produced correctly. There's a way to do it where you sound like T-Pain, which is really good auto tune, and then there's the way that you do it and you sound like Future, and that's absolute shit to me. So it sounded really good. I love the whole track altogether. Are we looking forward to another single, or are we looking forward to an album coming next?
You want me to take it?
Yeah, go ahead, Vince.
So I'm working right now. As a matter of fact, I'm probably about 80% done with our next release, which is going to be called Forgiveness. This track, just to kind of give a little background. So all of the tracks that we've released so far are featuring me and Alex both singing on them. This song in particular has a really fucking punch you in the face heaviness to it. Ooh. But then a really beautiful chorus, and it's just super melodic. I know when I first met you, you really took notice or took in Fine very well. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
And if you like that track, I think that you're gonna fucking love this one, man. This one's really fucking good too, bro.
Hell yeah. Yeah, Fine.
And I would say with 2 weeks, maybe 3 weeks, Alex, we're gonna probably drop it. Yeah, something like that.
I give it like 2 more sessions.
Yeah.
Be safe.
Yeah.
Fine. Absolutely. Being the first single?
Fine's the first one. Scrape's the last one that we just did.
That was the one
2-3 weeks ago.
Yeah, Fine as your first single was a damn good song.
Yeah.
Like you guys already had your style down. That's excellent. Yeah. Because some bands struggle with that for the first album or two. If you ever go back and listen to some good old pop punk, you'll find out that there's a lot of bad albums. And then they finally get their niche, and they just stick with that for the rest of their lifetime.
Yeah. You know what it is, though, Dan, to be honest with you, man, is just like we're all a bunch of veteran musicians that you just mix together. And it's like we know what good music sounds like, and we know that we're going to write something that sounds fucking killer. And I've been recording music for fucking years now. So if I let you listen to some of the first shit I did, you'd probably laugh at it, But in comparison to today, I mean, it's night and day, 100%. You know what I mean? So
I have a special judgment that I set for myself. If I can't make it, then I don't judge it. That's how it usually goes for me. Well, at least with the cool people. When it comes to like Taylor Swift and shit, I'm all over that.
Yeah.
All right. We already answered that question. Who's the producer? Des, how long you been working in production?
So I'm going to say probably 15 to 20 years, somewhere in that lines. Like I said, the first stuff that I did, I grew up in New York. All right. And, I played in a lot of bands and stuff like that. I actually toured with a couple bands and stuff like that back in the day. Kind of took a hiatus from playing in bands, and then I moved away and I met my first wife, and we had kids or whatever. And it kind of got to the point where it was just like I didn't really have time to do any gigging or any of that shit. But I still continued to play my guitar for a very long time. And that was right around the time that like Easy Drummer came out, and Mac recording just got really big and stuff like that. So I took my tax return and I went out and I bought a Mac computer. Actually, I still own the sucker right here. It's like 15 years old.
No way.
And it still works, dude. Yeah, but
with the little paperclip guy.
That just shows you how good Apple shit is. You know what I mean? But anyway, so I decided to record my own shit. With Easy Drummer, it's basically like drawing the notes on the grid, and you can make up your own drum beats and stuff like that. So I started writing my own songs and recording them. The quality was shit, but to be honest with you, the songs were always good, and I've always had a knack for writing good songs and stuff like that. So just to give you a little background, that song Fine that we released first, I wrote that song probably 8 to 10 years ago.
Wow.
And Forgiveness, you guys all know Forgiveness. You'll hear Forgiveness in a couple of weeks. That one I wrote probably 10 to 12 years ago. You know what I'm saying? So shit just, it's just, I just recycle the stuff that I've had for a long time, the stuff that was really, really hit home for me, very well, and bring it back to life with a whole new group and shit. I mean, the fucking songs are great. They come out awesome.
Hell yeah, man.
I just gotta say, with the production that you've heard so far as Fine and Scrape, all that production sounds absolutely professional, like to the 15th level, and that is all Dez. Dez does all of that production, and I'll tell you, when he sent me those MP3s that, when I was first learning the songs, and I said, well, where did you record this? In a studio in Los Angeles or something? He says, no, my Mac right behind me.
Yeah,
He's that good at
my fucking bedroom.
That's how all the big artists are making it these days, right from the bedroom.
Yeah, that's it, man. But
that's good.
it's just the tools that are available to you now via technology is just unbelievable.
Right, right.
And if you know how to use them
Exactly.
properly, then you can really create something that sounds awesome. You know what I mean? So
Absolutely. So with your production history, did you go to school for that, or was it just playing around with mixing boards and got
negative.
comfortable?
I mean, I really. I mean, in the beginning, I started off as a YouTube guy, right? So if I wanted to learn how to do something on, in a production or whatever, how do you do a speed fade and make it sound like the record's being swallowed? Fucking type it into fucking YouTube, and it would show you how to do it. But it's really just he who holds the axe the longest wins. You know what I'm saying? That's really it. That's just doing it over and over and over and over again. That's it, man.
Awesome, man.
Yeah.
Well, you got super passion for it, and as Womp just said, you can say that from all of his experience with music, that you got some of the best touched up, perfect, polished sound. That's important, especially in this day and age. You got to stand out with that, because the Slipknot way is not the way to do it anymore. Their drum set was so good, but a lot of people would go after them for their production, and I'm like, nah, that's just Slipknot.
Yeah,
it's true. It's true.
I have nothing to say on that because Corey happens to be a friend of mine too. So
yeah.
Corey, go after me. It's okay. I don't mind.
But your producer is the extra member of your band, bro. Essentially, so that's really what it comes down to. Because listen, I could have my vision of the same song, and you play me the song, and I got a vision of it in my head. Could be totally different than somebody else's vision for it. You know what I'm saying? It'll come out 100% different.
Mm-hmm.
It's the same music being played. So, I mean, your producer is your creative person, man. That's the one who's going to set the bar and set the tone for what the song is ultimately going to be birthed as. You know what I'm saying? So,
yeah, it's your style, your perspective, all of that runs into it.
Yeah.
Most recently, the trend on YouTube has been paying people for like a really cheap price to take like a really heavy metal song and make them sing it in like a pop format. And they set it up and it sounds really good, but it's like a Slaughter to Prevail's lyrics, and you're like, holy shit, this is catchy.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
I haven't delved into that yet, but I will. Now that you mentioned it, I'll check it out.
Oh, great. Now I have this song stuck in my head.
Which
The
song?
Slayer song going, oh, shreds the meaning of pain. Start doing it, singing it like that. Now I got that stuck in my head.
Make it into some swing jazz. That would be funny. All right, guys. I want to know, each of you, what is your dream tour, either joining or viewing?
Headlining.
Headline.
That's my dream tour. Headlining.
Love it. And who would be the lineup?
We'd open for Megadeth.
Opening for Megadeth and headline, so co-headlining with Megadeth.
No. We would open for Megadeth, but we would go. Metallica would open up for us. Let's put it that way.
Right.
Oh wow,
That's pretty rough, dude. That's a tall order, brother.
that is amazing. This is great. The balls on that statement there.
All right, who else has got a tour? A realistic one.
I just want to get paid for what I do.
That's it, man.
That's about it.
That's the dream, bro. You know?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, it starts small. It always starts small when you're starting out, but the more people that get to know you, the crowds get bigger, the tours get bigger, and then we end up headlining, and then
Quit the job and just make money playing music.
Oh God, that's all our dreams. But the thing is, we do music because we love to do it. It's not just for the money.
Sure.
Yeah.
For sure. 100%.
It's for the fans. It's for the passion. It's for everything.
Yes, absolutely.
All
Absolutely.
right,
Waiting for Warped Tour to come back.
Alex wants Warped Tour to come back.
Yeah.
Showing that
Yeah.
you're the youngest.
Hey, man, I may be a little older, but I've been to a Warped Tour in my heyday.
You're so lucky. The only extreme festival I've ever been to was Lollapalooza to see Eminem, and yeah, not a great crowd.
Yeah, now you're
Shit,
going back.
I went to Ozfest to see Slipknot for the very first
There you
show
go.
they ever played, man. And when I saw that band, I was like, "It's fucking weird, but it's fucking great." You know what I mean? So
Definitely.
yeah.
Yeah, festivals are overall very overwhelming for me because I don't know if there's ever going to be security at them.
Yeah.
Probably not.
But Alex, if you were to play Warped Tour, who would you play with?
I mean, I guess I would probably pick like A Day to Remember would be my first pick. They're my favorite band for years and years, so that would probably be my top pick.
Oh yeah.
Did they shape your scream?
I actually got more. The guy from I Prevail is really the guy I like to listen to for his screams. I really like just the way he kind of transitions from his like just like talking and singing into his screams and back. I like Jeremy's screams, but they're a little more traditional. I kind of like the newer, kind of like in and out, a little less perfect, I guess.
Very true.
Yeah.
Do you like the song Bow Down? Is that the one you practice with?
Bow Down is good. The one I really like right now is Self Destruction.
Ooh, is that a more recent one?
Yeah, that's off their new album. So it's that one is called Self Destruction, and then there's another one on the same one called
I know he rips on that one fucking Gasoline, dude. He fucking shreds on that fucking song.
Yeah, that was too. And then there's another one called Fuck What You Think You Know.
I don't even know if I've ever heard that one, to be honest with you.
Well, it's all abbreviation, so it's like F, W, whatever the first letter is of each word, but it's fuck what you know. Yeah.
It's an acronym.
And yeah, an acronym. There we go. That's the word I'm looking for. That one's heavy. That one's heavy. That one's good too. Those are kind of the two that I really like for the screams.
Hell yeah. Sure. And you were saying that you didn't even like sing in front of people for like 6 months ago. You were like completely shy on that. How did it feel to scream in front of people?
Amazing. Correct answer.
Yeah, man. It wasn't bad. I don't know. I just kind of like did it one day and I could kind of do it. So then I just kept practicing in my car, like when I would listen to the radio and shit. And it kind of sounded all right. And then I don't know. I decided one day to like put it on a song, and it's kind of sounded okay again. And then I just remember I was
dude,
he's like, hey,
let me elaborate on this. I brought him into the studio and got him to fucking scream once he first started with us. Actually, on the recording of Forgiveness, on the very end breakdown of it.
Yeah.
And it was just like, and he fucking started doing it. And I'm like, all right, dude, here we go. We're going to fucking add some compression and make this fucker rip, dude, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I mean, yeah, he's natural at it, bro. He's fucking
awesome. He is. He's a natural.
Yeah, you're really lucky, dude, because I mean, like 6 months of training, there are people that take years to get their specific sound, and it'll just be a normal fry scream. But you got a pretty intense scream so far. So yeah, you are natural.
Unbelievable.
All right. Now comes fun questions. Favorite TV show?
I'll go. Game of
Blacklist.
Thrones. Game of Thrones.
Game of Thrones. All right. Reason for
Blacklist.
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 Game of Thrones, I'll say I'm not typically your medieval type of TV watcher, but that show just has anything goes in it for the most part. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, it's just like shit happens that you would never fucking expect to happen. I mean, I've watched all the seasons over and over and over again, but and I'll still pick up new shit, but it's just weird. It throws you for like some really cool ass twists, and just the production value of it is amazing. So I love that show for sure, 100%.
Hell yeah. I've never seen it myself. I've only seen
you gotta watch it, bro.
They had like a little scandal with like a Starbucks cup getting in frame or something.
Oh yeah,
like that.
yeah, I heard about that too. Yeah.
Hilarious that was the big flaw.
Mhm.
It'd be like the dragon looks perfect, but there's a Starbucks cup.
Yeah. Hey, who the fuck left their coffee on the set?
All right, and somebody said Blacklist.
Yes, absolutely. Blacklist. Yeah, I fell in love with that show since the first episode. Now they're on their last season, 10 seasons in.
10 seasons.
Yeah, and
You guys are-
I could watch I could just binge watch the whole thing over and over and over again. But I'm still every week I'm waiting. Okay, the new one's coming out. Okay, now I can watch it.
Is it
I'm
like
like,
a
that was like a Netflix special. I thought it was like a one and done thing.
Yeah.
is it like a murder mystery show?
No, Blacklist is a guy who's one of the most wanted people, in America from the FBI, who joins the FBI
Oh,
to bring down a bunch of other criminals that are on his blacklist. That's how the whole thing starts.
that's epic. That sounds great. Kind of reminds me of Burn Notice.
Something like that. Yeah. It's
Yeah.
something like that. But I love Blacklist. That's
What about
Oh,
you
yeah.
two, man?
the what?
What's your favorite, Alex? Brent?
You can go, Brent.
I don't really know, man. We just watch whatever.
You got a
Gilmore
bunch of
Girls,
little
man.
kids. He likes Frozen.
You got me. I got 4 kids, bro. Frozen is a top of the list. You want to talk about the
Yeah, my kids used to watch Barney. So
There you
I
go.
got Frozen.
You got it right
There
there.
you go.
ugh. Yeah, let's meddle that song. There you go.
Somebody did that. Actually, somebody did that. I'd say I like American Horror Stories. Probably my favorite thing right now.
Ooh, a horror fan.
Yeah, I like some fucked up shit.
Definitely. Yeah, that's the stuff of nightmares that I probably can't even dive into. I'm getting through the slashers right now from the 80s and the 90s, so I'm like just getting comfortable, and then I'll go into supernatural and scare the shit out of myself. But I was told that was a really good show direction wise. I think that Lady Gaga had like a season and it was super artistic, so that's pretty
Yeah,
cool.
a lot of them are really good. They're all different, so you never really get sick of it. It's my favorite part about it, to be honest. All the seasons are different. They're like different stories.
Nice.
Yeah,
And
you
Brent,
just mentioned the name Lady Gaga, man. I'll tell you what, man. That is one fucking talented woman, bro.
damn right.
Fucking out of control talented.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah.
Didn't she sing with James Hetfield and Metallica during one of the awards ceremonies or something like that a couple of years ago?
Yeah, I think so. I seen something on that. I seen she just
Yeah.
had somebody puking in her mouth too.
Yeah, she's fucked up. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
She's definitely a fucked up individual.
I want her to puke in my mouth, bro.
But
Fuck.
if you've heard her fucking story, man, if you watch her fucking story, dude, it's fucking moving. I'm telling you.
Oh, she's got a
Everybody just sees the money and the fame that she has right now, but you don't know what type of shit that fucking girl had to go through in order to get to where she is
Yeah.
today.
at
Yeah.
least 16 slabs of meat on that body.
Yeah, probably, without a doubt.
Yeah.
All right, Brent. So since you didn't say your favorite show and you said something about Frozen, I heard a snippet there. So it's your favorite show is Gilmore Girls. We'll settle it there. That's perfectly fine. No, but it's awesome to have kids.
But I
Awesome
do
to
go to
have a
sleep
family.
to
One more time.
that is what I go to sleep to every night.
Really? It's such a good show. So I don't blame you at all. I love that show. My favorite show is South Park, hands down. Probably the most creative satire I've ever seen.
Yeah,
Yes.
for sure.
Hey, actually, my 9-year-old asked me why Kenny dies in every single episode today.
Why Kenny dies in every episode?
Yeah.
Be like, correct him. Be like, season 3, he doesn't die in a couple. And then he dies altogether, and then he comes back again.
Well, he ends up talking in a couple of the episodes. He's some kind of superhero or something like that. And
Yep.
he ends up talking, and he's telling everybody, "I die all the time, and nobody notices." That's his
Mysterion.
superpower. He dies and comes back to life.
He's so badass. But the reason for, if you actually want to give your kids the actual reason, Trey and Matt said that they knew a guy who would constantly wear a hood all the time, and they just hated him. So they kill him off in every episode. All of them are based on like childhood friends and stuff like that, and where they grew up. So they over exaggerated for the first couple of seasons everything that from their life, and then they added the political values, and oh man, smart decisions overall. They're still kicking ass after 26 seasons.
Oh yeah.
It's crazy. All right. What is your favorite stupid movie that you cannot get enough of?
Talladega Nights, 100%.
Talladega Nights. That's a great movie.
Oh God.
Is that the Lord Baby Jesus one?
Yes, sir.
That shit's funny as hell, bro.
Yep.
6 pounds, 5 ounces, Lord Baby Jesus.
I'd say any of the Jackass movies.
Hell yeah.
Oh, that's not stupid.
It's really stupid. You got to be dumb to be, what is it? You got to be dumb to be tough, or you got to be tough to be dumb, something like that.
Be dumb. You got to be tough.
Yeah, that's
You
it.
know what really pisses me off about that though is the fact that 30 years ago, me and buddies of mine were doing that kind of stuff and videotaping it, on one of those VCR cameras, those big VCR cameras. And
Yep.
we were doing stupid shit like that all the time. And then years later, Jackass comes out. We're looking at each other going, we should have, why
Published it.
didn't they buy our stuff? You know what I mean? That's crazy.
They should have got your footage for at least just the beginning clip of the movie or something, because they
Oh,
did a
something
bunch
like
of
that.
compilations of videos, just kids wiping out and stuff. It was hilarious.
Yeah, I mean, we drive down a hill, in wooded areas and stuff, riding down a hill on a 10-speed bike where the tires are like an inch thick, and flying down the hill and going over a ramp over a fire pit. You know what I mean? Because we get drunk and do stupid shit like that, and then all of a sudden Jackass comes out and they stole all our stuff.
Yeah, and they made millions.
Did you ever see the show Wild Boys?
Yes.
That
Yes.
shit. That was my first entry into the series. Besides Jackass Forever, we watched Jackass Forever, me and my fiance's bro, and then after that, I was like, well, we got to catch up on everything. So I bought all the seasons and I started with Wild Boys. And I was like, my God, if I finished this as the last thing, this would have been the best thing I've ever seen in my life. It was so fucking funny. I could not stop laughing.
Yeah.
So if you
they
guys-
do some crazy shit.
Did you do anything with exotic animals with your friends? Running up
Jeez.
to lions and bears and
He
shit?
won't talk about that.
I threw a fish at my buddy's face once on camera.
That's nice. That's good.
Yeah.
That's
It was
good content.
14-foot or 14-inch bass too, and I just picked it up out of the thing and I threw it at his face. And we
You
got
need
it
to
on camera.
Get
That's the
all
only
of that
thing I ever did
onto
when
like
I was
digital, and then put it on YouTube and be like the real Jackass channel.
There you go.
Yeah, if we could ever find them, they're probably sitting in an attic somewhere. Yeah.
But yeah, the Jackass movies, that's great. Alex, what's yours?
Oh, it's gonna be hard to top that one. Really big Jackass fan. Let's see, stupid, funny. Pretty big Ace Ventura fan.
Ace Ventura, Pet Detective.
Yeah, I like that. When I was a kid, I was a big fan of that.
Jim Carrey, what a character, man.
Mm-hmm.
Did you like him in like the Sonic movies, playing Dr. Eggman?
Gonna lie, I wasn't a fan of it.
Didn't like it?
Nah,
The second one's actually really good because it has
Is it-
more characters.
actually a lot better. But the first one I thought was pretty terrible.
Yeah, first one I fell asleep on. But if there's a trilogy, I have to watch them all, because then I can see if there's some kind of storyline or something like that.
Man,
All right, last but not least, Dez.
I don't know. I've been thinking about it. Maybe anything like Adam Sandler. I liked him a lot when I was a kid. You know what I mean? So
Little Nicky.
maybe even older. I mean, Happy Gilmore, Billy
Happy
Madison, Waterboy.
Waterboy. Yeah, Waterboy's great.
Yeah, I love that shit.
My favorite to this day, it'll never change, is Three Amigos.
There you go, Chevy Chase.
Yes. And Steve Martin, and Morton
Yeah.
Short. Amazing, stupid. And as a kid, I thought I understood the humor, but as an adult, I love the humor of that movie. It is so stupid and
Yeah.
funny.
Yeah.
It actually has some kind of heart behind it. I don't know how they put all of it together.
Oh, good.
All right. What is your favorite amusement park or water park? Since you guys are in Florida, I'm going to guess that you have the option of all of that around you.
I don't know, Brent. You're a Disney fan, aren't you?
I'm over Disney. It's time for Universal, bruh.
There we go.
I
No
don't know.
Typhoon
I
Lagoon
remember
for
back
you.
in the day going to Six Flags Great Adventure in Jersey. That was always a shitload of fun.
Nice.
You know, funny enough, we live down here and like there's Universal and there's Disney and there's like Busch Gardens. But my favorite is still Six Flags. I'm originally from Wisconsin, so like Six Flags in Illinois.
Yep,
always
Great
my
America.
favorite. Yeah, it was always my favorite. It's always been my favorite. Like Raging Bull was the shit growing up.
Yeah.
It was my favorite too, till I went 16 times one summer, and I was like, man, this is the exact same thing every single time. But I do love the Raging Bull. That is always a fun ride.
Fun.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I fucking love roller coasters, man. Roller coasters are amazing. I haven't been on one in quite some time, but I fucking love that thrill. That shit's amazing.
Hell yeah. I'd recommend the Mako over at SeaWorld Orlando or something. I
Yeah,
can't remember
I've
where
been
it
on that one. That one's pretty legit.
Yeah.
For sure.
First time I saw it, I was like, holy shit, that's huge.
Yeah.
And then they had a wait on it, and I was like, maybe we just don't go on it. And then I went on it, and I was like, this was the best fucking experience. I'm so happy I went on it.
Yeah, for sure, man.
Rain delays are crazy though. Like we went to Busch Gardens for an hour, and then the rest of the time it was puddles. So that was great.
I can't speak for Disney though. I've never actually been there, not once. So I don't really know. You know, I guess it's cool for the kid experience, right? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You've been there like 1,000 times, Brent. You know, 4 kids. I mean, what do you expect? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, really.
Boy. Oh boy.
God almighty.
All right. And Womp, what is your favorite?
I have to go with the Jersey things. I haven't been to an amusement park probably since my drinking days. So I absolutely
74.
Yeah.
for full transparency, you've probably seen me lit about 3 or 4 cigarettes since I've been doing this. I've actually been sober 27 years now. So
Congrats to that, man.
No, congrats. It sucks. You try being sober 27 years.
I've been sober all of my life. Everyone tells me
there
it's
you go.
such a good time. I'm like, what do you mean a good time? I don't know what that's like.
That's good.
Yeah. But yeah, man, you know, anything with a roller coaster, bro. I'm down.
Hell yeah. Roller coasters all the way. I'm more of a water ride person. I don't know what it is, but roller coasters, I feel like anytime the seat could just break down and I could fly out of it. But on a water ride where there's nothing holding me down and I have zero safety, I feel so much better. I've always felt that way. And I'm like, this
Because you think
it's like the opposite.
No, because you think you're going to be landing in the water. Yeah, there's only 6 inches of water on that. You're not going to be landing in water.
I'll just have to.
Pretty hard.
I'll land on the raft, and it'll be like a cartoon. Everything will bounce back, and I'll end up on a nice flattened surface.
Yeah.
Nice soft flat surface.
And then you'll be on the
you
next
hit water
movie
fast
back.
enough, it's just like hitting concrete, bro.
That's what they
You
say.
know?
Yeah, I do not want to know what that feels like, especially
No,
those
you
giant
don't.
drops that they do. Oh, crazy stuff. Oh.
Okay.
All right, let's see if I have any questions that we missed. Oh, who came up with the name A Moment of Violence, and was it based on a history of violence?
No, I wouldn't say it was based on a history of violence.
There's a movie and there's an actual history of violence. But I mean, a movie.
Actually, Scotty came up with the name. Scotty's not here right now, but he came up with the name. He had texted me one day, and we were like kind of in limbo with the band name for a long time, you know.
Yeah.
And he's like, I came up with a cool name for like a single or, you know, like an EP, a moment of violence. And I'm like, shit, dude, I like that for the band name, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And then we put it into the chat, you know, hey guys, what do you think about this? And everyone was like, yeah, dude, that's fucking awesome. Let's go with it. So it's always stuck since then. But yeah, I mean, it was just really a spur of the moment thing. Nothing based on violence or anything like that, you know. You know, it's kind of just a play on words that really, you know, is catchy and stuck around. That's pretty much it.
It's badass.
Mm-hmm.
It was
So
the name of the band since I got in the band. So, and that was the first thing that turned me on to this band. What's the name of the band? A Moment of Violence. I went, oh man, that is cool. I like that.
Yeah.
epic. All right. Let's see. What is an album that inspired you? You can
Ooh.
go one by one.
All right, I'll go first. Well, inspired me to play guitar is definitely Megadeth, 100%. So fucking what was the name of that one? Womp, is that Rust in Peace?
Was it Rust in Peace? Yeah.
Is that the one with Holy Wars on it and
Yeah.
shit? Yeah,
Yeah.
so Rust in Peace and then Countdown to Extinction. I heard Marty Friedman and Dave Mustaine playing those guitar parts. I'm like, shit, I gotta learn that. So I'm gonna give away my age a little bit, but back then they used to have the tablature sheet music, which is essentially music by numbers, right? It
Yep.
just tells you the number, the string it's on, and the number of the fret it's played on. So I went out to the store and I bought both of those books and learned them cover to cover, man. And that's really the start of me for guitar, 100%.
Oh yeah. And
Yeah.
with the sheet music, did you learn reading that in school or was it just self-taught?
No, I mean it's not really like your traditional sheet music, right? So like you can't put one of those stands in front of me and put like music notes on the scale, and I'm like, oh shit, that's it. No, fuck that.
Oh,
I
okay.
don't do that.
That's where my sheet music of choir history goes.
No,
Yeah.
it's like fret number 24 and 23 and 22, and then you just find the numbers on there, and that was it. You know what I mean? So
That makes sense. That makes sense. Yeah.
yeah.
No Guitar Hero back then.
And there's always a legend in the beginning of those books that tells you what the symbols mean and all that shit as well. So no schooling, just picked it up and self-taught it and learned how to do it. You know what I mean? That was it.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
What were you saying, Brett?
Here, I'll really show the age here.
Okay.
My first
Frank
heavy
Sinatra.
metal music that I ever saw, that I ever heard, was my Uncle Sammy gave me an 8-track tape. And we're going back that far. Of Black Sabbath, Black Sabbath.
Ooh.
And I remember hearing the first song, Black Sabbath, and it scared the shit out of me. And then the album kept going on, and then I heard NIB, the beginning bass solo on that, and I'm thinking, oh my God, this is awesome. And that really first said, you know, what is that? That's the bass guitar. And I'm like, I want to play bass guitar. I'm not one of those guys that played guitar and then just moved to bass or something like that. I've always played bass.
Good
I'm not a
choice,
guitar
though.
player at all.
It's a good choice because back in the day, guitar players were a fucking dime a dozen, man.
Exactly. Oh, what do you need? A bass player? Well, call him. Yeah, I got a lot of jobs because I was the only bass player in town. So that's how I got started with it.
Drummers, vocalists, drummers, and then bass players are the three most rarest animals in the kingdom, dude. You know what I'm saying? So,
All right. Brent, what were you saying before?
I have no idea.
Awesome. In that case, you get to go next. Woohoo!
Oh, dude, I don't know. I mean, oddly enough, my favorite band when I was a kid was Kiss. That lasted till I was like 10.
Yeah, I was gonna say Alex is repping them right now.
But after that, it turned more like Stevie Ray Vaughan. Like I listened to a lot of blues and stuff like that, country and blues.
Hell yeah. I actually reacted to one of his songs or two of his songs for a reaction. And I think it was a cover artist from Indonesia or something. So I got into them based on a cover, and then I listened to the original. I was like, oh, amazing.
Yeah, Brent's a converted blues guitar player to a metal guitar player, hence the metal cowboy thing. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, that makes sense. So
Pantera were nothing but metal cowboys. So
very true.
Oh yeah,
they were cowboys from hell.
Yeah, just they were.
There he goes.
All right, and Alex.
I think I'll give you two from when I was a kid. I think the first two that I really remember just like singing along to and like resonating with like the vocalists. I've always been into vocals. Here I am as a vocalist. Nirvana, Nevermind, of course, and then Hybrid Theory for Linkin Park. Chester and Kurt, both of those probably two of my favorite vocalists, and those were like the first two I would sing along and really like almost like envision myself as them like singing the song.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So those two albums were probably two of the biggest ones of me growing up for sure.
Oh, man. Never mind, changed the damn world, bro. That made every kid in America dress differently. You know what I'm saying? It was fucking unbelievable.
Yep. Style. Every single person wanted to be Linkin Park and Nirvana. So you actually have the best of both worlds there, because that's like each generation, 90s and 2000s, early 2000s.
Yep.
Incredible.
Here's something I just want to add this about Nirvana.
Go for
I
it.
remember seeing Nirvana for the first time when they did their first song, and it was on an MTV Buzz clip. Nobody had ever heard of Nirvana. Nobody had ever heard anything like that before. And I remember listening to that, and I was with two buddies of mine, and I said, you know what? You hear this? And they're listening to it. They're like, yeah. I said, this is going to be the new shit. This shit's going to go over like crazy. And they're like, yeah, okay, whatever, blah, blah, blah. A year later, one of those same buddies of mine, he goes, you remember that time we were watching MTV and Nirvana was on? And you said they were going to be the new shit? And I was like, yeah. And he says, well, you were right. And that is actually when I first heard A Moment of Violence, I had that same thought in my head. I'm thinking this is going to be the new shit.
Hell yeah.
So that's why I, when he called me and says, you're still interested in the band? I said, give me 2 seconds to say that. Yes. And so.
Love it. Well, that's a great story.
Yeah.
I didn't know anything about Nirvana until much later in time, because we learned about grunge in school. And so they gave us, the crash course into all of the mainstream grunge. Of course, they're not going to go through any of the big bands that were underground at the time. So, yeah.
I was dead in the mix with that, dude.
How old am I? I'm 30 almost.
30.
Yeah.
Almost 3 years old when I quit drinking. Jesus Christ. I feel so old. Where's my cane?
Here, I'll make it feel better. My favorite and the most influential album that I've ever listened to in my life was Running with Scissors by Weird Al Yankovic.
God.
I love the mix on that album. Everything that's like really, really cool. But that actually got me into nu metal because of his song All About the Pentiums, which was a nu metal mix of All About the Benjamins. And it was very funny. But that got me into rock. I didn't know American Pie was a song. I thought The Saga Begins was the only version of that song. So every time I hear American Pie, I start singing the Weird Al's Star Wars lyrics instead. But yeah, that album is awesome to me. I love Weird Al. I grew up on Chicago and Earth, Wind, and Fire. Motown is what my parents would listen to all the time. Disco, we listened to Bee Gees and stuff like that. So I didn't really get into modern music. If that makes you feel better, I'm in a different generation in my music taste.
Nice.
Have you seen the movie Weird?
I want to.
Channel?
I don't have that. I don't have the Roku channel. I have to buy or something. I don't know what I have to do. Subscribe.
No, actually, Roku's completely free. You don't have to buy it.
Can I get it as an app on like the phone or something?
Yes, you can. Yes, you can.
Well, that's what I guess I'm doing tonight.
You watch the whole movie with commercials and stuff like that. But when I was watching that movie, it took me a half an hour into the movie before I realized that it was a mockumentary. It wasn't really a documentary. I was
because of all the shenanigans that goes on with like Madonna.
Yeah, and stuff like that. Like, really, he really banged Madonna. I don't know, but I'm thinking not really.
No, it was so smart though. I got to hear a couple of reviews from it, so I definitely am looking forward to seeing it. And I should have saw it last year, but I didn't know the Roku was free. So now thank you for that.
Yes, it is.
Awesome. All right, guys. Well, I want to thank all of you guys for joining me for this interview, and I hope you guys had a great time with me. I would like you screw up at the last moment, right? I would like you guys to let the fans know the best way to find you through your social media or website, whatever you got.
Go for it, Alex.
Facebook.com/A Moment of Violence. Right now, I'm literally before I got on this chat, I was working on the new website, which is going to be a momentofviolence.net.
Nice.
Not finished yet. But yeah, most of the links are on Facebook, and you could go everywhere else from there.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
yeah.
we got
And for
Facebook.
everybody who's everybody else under the age of 50, we also have TikTok and Instagram. It's at A Moment of Violence Band for both of those. So go with that as well if you're not on the Facebook.
Yeah, we've got some killer content on there too, man. We try to keep as engaged, the audience as engaged as possible, man. So we're always creating some new shit, and we definitely respond back to everybody too as well. So I mean, hit us up. We're into it, man. We'll hang with you.
Hell yeah. All right. Thanks again for watching. I hope all of you guys have an awesome day and stay safe out there. Peace.
Thanks, brother. Appreciate you, man.
Thank you for tuning in to the Media Man Dan podcast. If you enjoyed this episode, feel free to like and subscribe. Thanks for listening. Have an awesome day and stay safe out there. Peace.